Well, good morning.
Morning.
From P&O Azura. We're in Calvi in Corsica today. We've just had the most amazing sunrise this morning. Absolutely beautiful.
It was gorgeous. We sat out with a cup of tea and watched it. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Absolutely stunning. Yesterday was a really full-on day. We were in La Spezia yesterday in Italy, and it was what we came on this cruise for, is to come and get a taste of Italy. And we took an excursion. First, we got up and had a bit of brekkie, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, but we were docked pretty early on. It's quite an interesting manoeuvre to moor the ship up on the dock there. There's a little bit of a pirouette going on in the harbour there, but we soon found ourselves, we were on the gangplank heading down ashore and then finding our coach, because we did that excursion, Pisa and Florence on your own.
We did.
Was the excursion yesterday. So we guided to our coach, and we had quite a bit of time on the coach yesterday, wasn't it?
It was, but it was quite welcoming actually, because it had aircon on it, and that was lovely. Because as soon as you got off, the heat hit you. Yeah. It actually got up to, was it 37 degrees in the end?
Probably a bit higher in Florence, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Probably a bit higher in Florence, probably
so
closer
hot.
to 40. But anyway, so the coach journey from La Spezia down to Pisa is about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour.
We had a guide, obviously, who was telling us all about the history of the area and the Tuscany region and the marble in the mountains.
It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And we saw lots of sunflowers.
Yeah, lots of lovely countryside as we drove down to Pisa. And about an hour later, we were parked up in this coach park, and then alighting our coach. And then it was about a 15-minute walk into the city itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So our guide Maria was
holding her number 12 up.
Number 12, walking down into the city. It's actually quite a track in the heat, and there were some people on the tour which had sort of mobility issues that did struggle. They kind of got a bit left behind, which was a little bit of a worry.
We actually found out that they went back to the coach.
Yeah, they didn't actually make it, and they turned around and went back to the coach, which was sad to see.
Yeah.
But it was a flat walk, but in the heat and the distance, it was a little bit of a challenging trek, obviously, for some.
Yeah.
Interestingly, on the way into the city of Pisa, there's lots of tours going down there, and one of the other tours from obviously another cruise ship that was going there, the guide at the front of them was bellowing and shouting, saying, "Beware of pickpockets, see them over there, they're pickpockets, don't go near them." It was quite funny, and there's these people sat on this bench just looking at us bewildered, just chuckling away.
Yeah, she was saying, "Oh, they look like any normal person, but they're not."
Yeah. But obviously this pickpocketing issue is something that is a problem here, and we're expecting it at other ports as well.
Especially Rome, I think.
And sadly, we did encounter on our way back on board yesterday, a lady had a phone ping sent to her.
Yes, so sad.
Really sad. She thought she'd been set up. She was asked to pay for something twice. And then when she went to go back into her purse to put her wallet back in her purse, her phone had been
The phone had gone. She said she didn't even feel it.
She didn't even feel it. So that was really sad. So obviously it's an issue, so we've got to try and be extra careful when we're out and about. But Pisa itself, well, we didn't get that long there. It was about an hour, just over an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About an hour there, and obviously you go, it's just walled city, you walk in and then everybody's there striking a pose, trying
to get the photo. You got to get the photo, you got to get it.
And there's literally hordes and hordes and hordes of tourists there, all doing the same thing. It's quite a sight. But
we got the photo, didn't we? And then we thought we would do what we do and go and explore a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, the cathedral and obviously the bell tower, the leaning tower is quite a sight, and most people stay in there.
Queues, wasn't it? There's so many queues to get up there, and we didn't have enough time to do that, really.
It's a tourist trap, and so we kind of we thought we'd quite a short time here. Let's go and explore some of the rest of the city. So we had a wander down into the city. Can't resist the supermarket as always.
Well, we needed to get some more water. We didn't have enough water for the day, did we?
Yeah, I mean, unlike excursions we've done on other cruise lines in this kind of heat and temperature, P&O didn't provide a bottle of water for the passengers on the coach. They would sell you one for €1. That was something that the coach driver provided, but obviously nothing complimentary. And we had water bottles with us, but we quickly realised we needed more fluids, didn't we?
Yeah, one bottle for a whole day in that heat is just definitely not enough, is it?
So anyway, found a Carrefour Express and
Yep.
loaded up the bags and had a wander down into the city of Pisa, which is a pretty little city, isn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful.
Lovely town square area and some other churches around the city as well, which are always worth a visit. And really, really pretty. And we were told on the way in by our guide that the gelato in this particular region of Italy was particularly special. So hey,
Freshly handmade that day or something, wasn't it?
Yes, something about in Pisa they have to make it and use it within a short period of time. So.
Oh, that was awesome. I had like a cherry flavour one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was amazing.
I had a lemon flavoured one.
The only thing is you had to eat it really, really quick because in that heat it was just melting and going down your arms.
I mean, if you didn't ram it down your throat, it was going to end up on the floor, wasn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, I would like to have really taken my time, I think, and eaten it a bit slowly, but no, you couldn't do that.
No, it was literally brain freeze territory, wasn't it? You literally just shove it in there as quickly as you can.
You're all right because you eat like that anyway.
It ends up down your arm and everything else. Anyway, but it was beautiful gelato and it was really nice. And we had a little wander around the streets. We went to the city square.
Well, I really liked it. We went into this area in this little courtyard, didn't we?
Yeah,
and
City
there was
Square, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, City Square, yeah, a little where it looked like a sort of courtyard, and yeah, it was beautiful anyway. And there was this dog. Obviously, the dogs are getting really hot in this weather, and this lady, she actually had it in a pram, didn't she? Or pushchair. In a little pushchair, this dog got the dog out and started giving the dog a bath in the fountain. It was amazing to watch, wasn't it? The dog was loving it.
The dog was loving it. But that hour just sped past too quickly. Could have spent longer there and done more and seen more. There is lots to see there other than the tower.
That's right.
Which is very evident. So possibly a place I might want to go back to. Actually, quite liked it there.
It was nice.
Then we had to head our way back to the coach again. Another 15 minutes back out. A few souvenirs bought and all that, which is good.
Yeah, we got our souvenirs, didn't we?
And then we were heading off to Florence, and
that was a bit longer, that journey, wasn't it?
Yeah, from Pisa to Florence was about an hour and a quarter, hour and a half.
About an hour and a half, I think,
about an hour and a half. Again, lovely countryside, going up through the mountains.
Yeah, really nice.
And then they dropped us off outside the main city area. She gave us a map, and then it was about another 15-minute walk, would you say?
Yeah.
Another 15-minute walk from where they dropped us, following our guide again with the number 12.
Everyone did come this time, didn't they?
Everybody did just about make it into the city. And then the first thing the guy did randomly was drag us all into a jeweller's, which was a bit strange.
She was sort of saying about it, saying that P&O wanted us to go and have a look at this jeweller's for 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So we had to endure this sales pitch from this jeweller's in Florence, and promises of discounts and this, that and the other. It was a bit strange to get that. Certainly weren't expecting that, and that wasn't part of what was specified in the excursion itinerary. But it was only 5 minutes, so okay, thanks very much. We weren't really in the market for jewellery, and we had 3.5 hours in Florence, and we knew there was a lot to see.
There was,
so it was a case of, well, thanks very much, and off we went. And what a pretty city.
Gorgeous. Every turn there was something to see, wasn't there?
There's stacks and stacks to see, and I think that obviously there's lots of attractions there. The main attractions being Michelangelo's David, of course, and the Duomo, the cathedral there. But what we quickly realised was that that's where everybody goes, and
we only had 3 hours.
And it was a case of, well, if you hadn't booked tickets in advance, you were probably going to have to form part of a very, very, very long queue. And
in this heat, it's probably not enjoyable either, is it?
No, for those attractions. So it was a case of, okay, we're not going to do them this time, but we like the city, and maybe we'll do them when we come back and plan a bit better. And what else could we see? We hadn't had any food.
No.
And on Time Out's review of Florence, they did recommend for foodies like us that the central market was definitely worth a visit. So we kind of hot-footed it across the city.
We found it, didn't we? And on our journey there, we went through an amazing leather market, didn't we?
That was very special.
Wow, wasn't it?
Like a street with sort of like market stalls, but they covered it over with tarpaulins and sheeting to keep the sun off it.
Because Florence is really well known for its leather and its gold, isn't it?
Yeah. But the leather goods were just out of this world.
Lovely smell of leather as you're walking through, and it was shaded area as well, so it was nice.
We've been given this tourist map, but we quickly realised that where we were was off the map, and we were on top left-hand corner of the map, and we think, okay, we found ourselves in this leather market, and then we went into this central market area, which was that was a absolute
it was a find, wasn't it?
It was a find. It really was a find.
It was a find.
There's 3 floors actually. On the first floor is a traditional sort of market where you can fresh produce and all that kind of stuff, and that's really good. And there's a couple of bars and a few eateries downstairs. But up on the first floor is a street food court, and on the second floor as well. But the street food court, wow, there's so much choice.
Yeah.
Absolutely so much choice of lovely locally produced foods and craft beers and all that kind of stuff.
All sorts of stuff.
And it was really buzzing, wasn't it?
It was amazing.
Absolutely buzzing, and it was a real find. And we sat there, had a beer. It wasn't the smartest thing to do in the heat, but it was very nice anyway.
And also, when you're in Italy, you've got to go and have a pizza where, pizzas come from. So I went and looked around, and I found this brilliant place. They were actually making the pizzas there and then. They had the dough, they were cutting it up, making up your pizzas, popping them in the oven. So that was amazing. So I got that pizza there, and wasn't it lovely?
It was very, very.
It was.
Very,
I
very
could
tasty.
taste it for ages after. It was so tasty.
I think it's fair to say that was quite an experience. It wasn't
definitely.
quite the culture of Italy and the Renaissance culture, art culture, and stuff like that. Probably we were supposed to do, but hey, look, beer and good food—that's culture in its own right. So that was really good. That was a real find. Really enjoyed that. Well, then we decided we thought probably ought to take in some of the things that were on sort of the to-do list in the city. So we found the Church of Santa Maria Novella, didn't we? And
I'm so glad we went in there.
that was beautiful. I mean, it was €7.50 each to get in, and we wondered what we were paying for when we went, but it's vast, and we could have spent hours and hours in there. There's so much to see.
Pictures in there.
The frescoes, the paintings.
Oh, amazing. Very old as well, weren't they?
Yeah, it's not just a cathedral. There's obviously there's cloisters and all sorts of things to explore.
Yeah.
There's crypts, cloisters, all sorts there, and
Like a little bit of a museum area,
like a museum area as well.
Mm.
And as Annette said, some of the artwork there is like 700-800 years old, and in immaculate condition and lovingly restored or cared for, and it's just mind-blowing how old but how beautiful it is. That was a real find as well, and wasn't anywhere that loads of tourists went. It was relatively
there was no queue to get in there,
and if you just wanted a sort of a taste of sort of Renaissance art and stuff like that, and it was definitely a place to go and get a flavour of that. So that was great. And then we thought, well, the clock is ticking and we were kind of running out of time, but we wanted to go and see the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Which is one of the oldest medieval bridges in the city, and it's renowned for its shops that span across the bridge, which are all jewellers.
It's all gold, isn't it? Yeah,
all gold.
All gold.
Yeah, Florence is quite an expensive city. We noticed that even things like food and drink was quite expensive around the city, but there's lots of opportunities to take money off you off there. But the bridge was stunning.
Really nice.
And we made our way back round there.
We were struggling, or I in particular was struggling with the heat back then, wasn't I?
Yeah, the heat was
really,
getting to us.
Yeah, and I had my neck fan on, and but it was just like.
Well, we were stopping for refreshments often just because we needed to. But anyway, Ponte Vecchio Bridge, back round, we did the big square with the Palazzo Vecchio.
Oh,
with the big fountains.
Fountain. Was it Neptune, wasn't it?
Neptune.
Yeah.
And there's
beautiful. And there was loads of
sculptures there.
Loads of sculptures, yeah.
That was quite a special place before making our way back to our rendezvous point. But we did find a nice little cafe, didn't we?
Right where we were being met.
Yeah, right where we were being met. Where we sat down and had some of the tastiest lemonade I think I've ever had.
When you're thirsty, anything's tasty.
It was really good.
But it was nice, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
So and then we found a 15-minute walk back to the coach, and then we were speeding back to the ship. But it was really, Florence, beautiful city.
Yeah, really nice.
Absolutely beautiful. Back aboard the ship, we got back quite late. We set off at 8:30 in the morning. We were back aboard the ship 7 in the evening, and it was about 2.5 hours journey back to the ship.
Yeah. We were absolutely shattered. We didn't really want to do too much in the evening, did we?
Fairly low key.
Yeah.
Showered
up. Yeah, we certainly needed that.
Quick bite to eat, quite a light bite because we'd stuffed our face in the food.
And you had chips and cheese, or something, cheese and chips with bacon or whatever.
They were so good. They were so good. But quite a light bite in the buffet, and then we had a wander around the ship. There was a few musical acts playing, but we did end up in our favourite Planet Bar.
Yeah,
there was a lovely pianist.
Yeah, she was brilliant. Yeah. Pianist and singing. Yeah, she was brilliant.
Glass of wine. You had a passion fruit martini.
You got it.
We were just enjoying the sort of the ambience of the Planet Bar, which I think definitely is the best bar on Azura by a long way, and very few people chilled in it as well.
I think by what the pianist was saying that people take a long time to try and find it, and there were people in there. They said, "Oh, they're on their second week and they've only just found it."
I know it's the best bar on Azura by a long way. But so that's that. So today, Calvi, Corsica, as we said at the start, sun's out again, lovely weather, great sunrise. We haven't got any excursions planned for today. We're going to just try and make our way ashore.
No, doing Cook's Explore today, aren't we?
We are. It's tender port, so tender's ashore, but we've got to wait our turn before they let the sort of the independent sort of like travellers and explorers make their way ashore on the tenders, because all the excursions go off first. Yeah. So
we're just going to go and get some breakfast now, aren't we?
We'll go and get some breakfast. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and check in and see how we got on at Calvi.
Bye. Please like and subscribe.